All right, everybody, we are back, and we are about ready to get into this week 2, actually technically week 3 matchup versus number 2 Oregon. We are extremely excited to be going into this game. We've got a really tough battle on our hands, and we're going to have to see how this goes for our Panthers here this week. The first thing we need to really do is make sure we upgrade our defensive coordinator because we need all the help we can get on defense. So what could we use here? All right. All right, better coverage. That's always going to help. So last week we saw the emergence of our kind of tandem at running back, star tandem at running back with Tommy Washington and John McFadden, who had a great start to their season. Who had a great start to their season with a really nice showing. All right, so we're going to get into some recruiting here. We only have 100 points to divvy out this week. Last week, we in our first week 1 matchup, we defeated number 24 Wisconsin, which is probably the biggest win that our team has gotten so far in the Drake Mulligan era. All right, so we're going to jump right into this game. Actually, the first thing we want to do here, just so that I want to figure out if we can turn off the commentators here. Let's see. Setup, Dynasty visual settings, system settings maybe. There we go. Commentators. Okay, commentators. System, Stadium PA. I think we're gonna leave that on. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I finally figured out how to get the sound from the PS3 through the the game capture card. So it was just a setting on the PS3 that I hadn't figured out how to get quite right yet. It was an audio output setting. It wasn't set up quite correctly, but I was able to figure that out yesterday, which is very exciting because that's going to make these games much more fun. This game could be a nightmare. As you can see, we are way less talented. We are definitely the underdog going into this game. I think the only team we've ever played that was better than this was Alabama last year, which we got beat pretty thoroughly. So we're going to see how this goes, and hopefully have at least an okay showing. We'll see. Of course, we're gonna go for the win, but you never know what's going to happen in a game like this. We were able to beat Wisconsin basically in a shootout. They were not able to stop our offense. We weren't really able to stop their offense much either. We just had 1 or 2 better drives than them. All right, so our defense, yeah, if you can see there, in the week 1 we allowed for a 511 total yards. Not great. All right, top players, home, the quarterback, halfback. Yeah, this is gonna be one heck of a game trying to keep up with these guys here at Autzen Stadium. All right. So we're going to see how well we can do here, and here they come. This is going to be one heck of a challenge for us, I think. Looks like we're about ready for the coin toss. All right, Tommy Washington's deep to return. We're not going to return this. We're just going to catch it, call fair catch, and take our shot. Handing this up right up the middle. We get 2 yards on that carry. We get a first down. Nice. Again, as we said last week, I see this team being a much more, at least at the moment, being a much more run-heavy team. And a pass out to McFadden. Good for 7. I see us being a much more run-heavy team. We were able to get the first down, although not by much. In the first game, number 30, Hudson, was our best receiver by far. He was getting open all over the place. We'll see if that continues into this week. John McFadden picks up 8 yards on his first run. We're proving that we can move the ball. And Hudson gets his first catch of the game, slant over the middle. He's probably my fastest wide receiver. I switched him from being a running back to a wide receiver this season just because he wasn't going to get a lot of time on the field if he was a receiver, or if he was a running back, sorry. But he's been getting a lot of attention as a wide receiver. Now I'm kind of weirded out because I'm pretty sure the left guard right now is my fullback. And I don't know how that happened. Ooh, almost. Okay. Now he's not. I don't know what the deal is with that. All right, 6-yard reception. So what do we do now? We're on the 3-yard line. So running the ball in is not going to necessarily be a given. But we are able to power our way in, and John McFadden is able to get into the end zone. Okay. So, again, just like the Wisconsin game, we're able to get into the end zone first, which means we're not playing from behind, which I think in these games is really, really important, that we avoid playing from behind. Also, being able to kick the ball into the end zone this year versus last year, where they were always able to return it, is making it a lot easier on our defense, because every time the offense has to go the length of the field to score. All right, so I'm pretty sure this is Marcus Mariota, technically. I think it's supposed to be Marcus Mariota, which is not good news for us. James Colvin. Marcus Mariota, otherwise known as James Colvin. He's going to be tough to stop. Yeah, this is going to be tough. We just went with an all-out blitz because all they've been doing is running it down our throat. So that did get them behind the chains, finally, for the first time on this drive. So we'll have to see if that does absolutely nothing. Because as soon as we don't all-out blitz, they haven't passed yet. They haven't passed yet. Oh, we barely trip him up. If he had stayed on his feet, he probably would have gotten in the end zone. Okay, so we're going to assume, I am going to assume here that they are actually going to pass. But that doesn't mean he won't scramble for a first down. And this is probably the most mobile quarterback we've seen all year, and it's a screen pass, and they're going to get the first down. All right, and a touchdown. All right. All right. Well, not surprising, especially their offense. It's interesting because defenses, if a team has a really good defense, if you are really patient, you can normally find the holes. Like, you can, most of the time. Most of the time you're going to be able to locate weaknesses and kind of figure out, what you can do to get first downs. Because if your goal is to get first downs, because I'm not going to be able to. Maybe we'll have an explosive play today, but chances are we won't have a very explosive play. Oh, whoops. We won't have a lot of explosive plays, but if we can get first downs, we'll be okay. Oh, gosh. Yeah, and stuff like that is going to happen too, so. was even interesting because he was calling like he was open, but the defensive player was the defensive back was able to. Oh my! Ah! Not easy. I think there is a possibility we could win this game, but where's their other? Okay, there he is. Like, I think there is a legitimate possibility we could win this game, but like we can't. But there's also times where they just totally out athletic us, where they're just running circles around us. This looks like a run. Or not. That was my mistake. That was a play calling mistake. So it looks like they're going to get into the end zone again. So yeah, but this is the thing. It's like, is my concern with this game and our game against Washington. I put a ton of really highly ranked teams in our schedule this year, and the concern is going to be is that against like top 5 teams, their skill level is just going to be so high, and the margin of error is going to be so small that I feel like there's just very little possibility of, it's just like you can't screw up. Like even against number 24 Wisconsin, we couldn't make mistakes. I mean, the fact is you cannot make mistakes against these guys. That is so lucky. That is so stinking lucky that they didn't score. Like, I am legitimately surprised by the outcome of that. And we're just trying to bust our way out of our own end zone here, which we do get 6 yards. So this is better. We're not risking a safety at this point. Nice. All right. We're going to do a play action pass here. Oy, we're just going to chuck this one away. I guess that guy out in the flat was open, but I'm not interested in throwing another pick. So I just, if in doubt, throw the ball away. And he cuts back, and we get another first down off of a Tommy Washington run. Again, Tommy Washington is going to be our saving grace, I think, because we don't have super talented receivers. We've got a couple guys that can sometimes get open, but again, it's like versus like that. Like, I mean, we're not, it's just he was totally blanketed. It was a good pass, though. It was accurate. Ooh, no chance. Our tackle wasn't able to even hold him for more than about half a second. their defensive end. And so we're kind of in a situation now where, how are we going to do this? Are we going to get open? Yes, and he holds on to the ball. So we do have a first down. That's Ryan Hudson. He's probably the most sure-handed guy we've got. Oh, that was not even. That wasn't even fair. He just gets walloped. All right. That, our offensive line had no shot. Ooh, and Morris catches the ball. Man, that had to be fit into a tight window. Man, when they blitz, we have absolutely no shot. Tried to throw the ball away, just didn't see them in time. All right, so let's just see, you know, if we can get into, even if we can get half of this back, or just throw a pick. That's nothing we could do. Throw another pick. Oy, not great. Well, and that looks like he's gonna go all, well, not quite all the way. Oh, what? I didn't. What was it? It like bounced off of him. Okay, so they are going to kick the field goal. Our defense is actually, I mean, we've bent, but we haven't totally collapsed. So this is putting us in a situation where we're not completely playing behind the 8 ball. However, it would be good if we could get into the end zone on this drive, or at least get a field goal, because they get the ball first to start the second half. So just like last week, that's like the one thing with getting the ball first and going down the field and trying to score. Oh, he drops it. Barnes catches it in a lot of traffic. So we get the first down. I don't want to totally abandon the run yet. Ooh, I thought we had the juke out of the way. Did not. Well, that felt like a waste of a play. Allen gets out of bounds after an 18-yard reception. Okay, that was good. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're going to call our first timeout, I think. See, I think John McFadden, Tommy Washington, I think they're gonna bring all sorts of craziness to the Sun Belt. I think they're gonna bring all sorts of. I think they're gonna cause a lot of damage in the Sun Belt. But I don't have as much confidence in here every play. And it's not even to do with them, it's to do with the offensive line. And it's to do with the fact that we cannot handle their speed and their athleticism and their strength. Like, it is not gonna work. But that will work. We have to force our way in. Have to force our way into the end zone. I think this is a good time to call on our fullback again. Oh my God. Okay, we do get in. My controller is shaking like crazy there. All right. I'll have to check out your channel after I've finished I'm done with this this stream. I don't have two monitor setups right now, so I can't see comments when they're given. So I have to kind of check them out at the very end or periodically. I do plan on getting a second monitor at some point, but see, this is one of those things where with video games, it's just like recognition of like, you need to like, the guy's obviously scrambling, so you should probably come get him. But yeah, no, I don't have 2 monitors right now. Just having built my PC and all that, it's very expensive, and so I'm still in the process of creating my workstation here. Actually, the reason I got this monitor is because there was a great Black Friday deal where it was like half off and for a $250 monitor. The fact that we're even still relatively in this game and that we just picked up a fumble with 1 second left. Oh, please don't review this. It's only 1 second left. Although, yeah, we're running the ball. No. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing anything deep. We're not going to do anything stupid. All right, third quarter, about to kick off. Looks like they'll probably bring it out. I didn't quite get as much power on that as I could have. All right. Oh, yikes. Okay. He has 126 yards rushing by himself. I don't even know how many times he's actually handed it off. I do need to figure out why the heck my fullback is playing left guard on some of my formations. I do remember being younger. You know, I went a long time without playing these college football video games, and I do remember having issues where there would be really weird substitutions sometimes in these games. Or like I mean I remember playing like an NCAA football 2011 at one point where oh, pick. Nice. All right. Well, that'll definitely help. Yeah, but I would play NCAA football 2011, and the quarterback, like my second string quarterback, would end up somehow being a safety or something like that on defense, and I'd always get so irritated because you'd go back into the depth chart and you'd be like, but he's not even in the top 5 on the depth chart at that position. So why is he playing it? I think sometimes it's Chris Rick's first catch of the game. He's been bottled up pretty good. But it's kind of one of those things where I think it might be a formation subs thing. Where it might be a formation sub thing where there's like certain formations where for some reason the set guy is just kind of a weird person, because like right now the left guard is not the wrong person. McFadden finds a hole, and he gets up for about 12 yards. Honestly, if you can just run the ball and just continue to get first downs running the ball, I don't know why you would throw it. Like, that's my biggest thing. It's like, and with these teams that don't have super high-powered offenses like mine, you know, at this point, you know, you don't have tons of great pieces. We're starting to see some of those pieces come together. I mean, last season, we didn't, I mean, other than our quarterback, who he's okay and he's continuing to get better, you know, other than that, you know, we don't have a lot of superstars. I mean, we have Tommy Washington now, who I think is going to end up being, I mean, he's only a freshman, and he's at a 77 overall, I think. So, I think in that sense, I think that's understandable. I mean, well, he's definitely going to be a superstar on this team in the next couple of years. You know, is he quite there yet? I don't know. I think it'll be much more apparent. Oh, Ricks, how do you drop that? And that's what kills me, is like, because he's open. You know, he definitely had a step on that guy, and the fact that he drops it, you know, oof, that hurts. But, you know, it's definitely going to be, oh my gosh. I don't know how he caught him. But yeah, it is frustrating though, because right now, because we're kind of, we're at this point where it's like, especially next season, we're going to be at this point where, and that was good. That was a good tackle. That was a good read. One of the few first times today we've been able to do that. But what I was just going to say, though, is it's just like, it's frustrating, but I think by next season we should start seeing some improved play, because we're going to have, you know, we're going to have recruits coming in. We're going to have improved recruits next year that we brought in, who are in their second season with us. So it's just, it's one of those things where you have to kind of get rid of the old players. You have to wait till the old players are gone. That is not coming out. So we're playing from behind again, but only by 3 points. Last time we went 3 and out. Even if we were to lose this game, we have to get at least some points for, you know, some style points for not being totally shellacked. Rex is just super, he just does not catch any of those, and like, if there's anybody near him, you can't rely on him, and it's kind of sucked. I mean, he's supposed to be kind of the superstar wide receiver, and we just fumbled it. Oof. I don't think that's worth challenging. But yeah, no, it's just, it's, you know, he's been really disappointing. I mean, he had that issue last season where he dropped a lot of passes. He had that issue last year where he dropped a lot of passes. But I had enough guys. I mean, I think he is our top-rated wide receiver right now. But he doesn't have the best hands. Like, the best hands are probably Hudson. Ryan Hudson, that would be my guess. Like last season, like just not having Antoine Thomas anymore too. I mean, Antoine Thomas made some huge catches last season at different points. And this may be, we may not lose this game by a ton, but this may be where we start to see some of the separation. Also, some of these guys are going to start getting kind of fatigued. You can already see on their meters that they're getting more fatigued. The one positive that I do see from all this is once we do get in the Sun Belt play, I think we're going to do quite well. Like I think this team is going to be quite difficult to handle. Whoa. I don't know how this happened. That's an awesome run. 68 yards. Holy cow. I don't know how he got out of all that. But he did, and that's why we love Tommy Washington. That's why he's going to be our burner. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Ryan Hudson, I mean, he's able to catch those passes in traffic. So that's the thing. We need more receivers like that because he can't be the only one catching passes. So we have the big run by Tommy Washington to set us up for the touchdown pass to Ryan Hudson in the end zone. That hole that they made. The holes that they're making are just ginormous. Alright, we're going to bet that they're going to run here. And they all bought it. Oh gosh. Just like no play recognition whatsoever. They just all fall for the play fake. I think with this Oregon team is that they're kind of the same as what we've been doing, what we were talking about a little bit, is that they will just run it down your throat until they can't anymore. And they'll run it basically as many times as they have to. Which if they're going to do that, then maybe we'll just blitz the snot out of them and see if that helps. Which, that can happen. But then you have plays like that. So they get forced into passing the ball. Or they might get forced into passing the ball. See, again, the thing that bothers me about that is that spy could have come up a lot sooner. Formation. Who wants to bet what they're doing? You know, we stopped them. They didn't get a whole lot, but still got the first down. I think the only way we're going to win this game is if we can hold them to a field goal. I think if we can hold them to a field goal, but if we can't, then we're playing from behind. So unless we can stop them, unless they make a mistake, we made one too many mistakes. So that fumble, the 2 interceptions were definitely my fault. The fumble, of course, is kind of by happenstance. But yeah, so Tommy Washington has 166 yards on the ground, which a lot of that came on that one run in the last drive. We're just going to toss this away. The passing game has been held to not a lot. No shot. And this looks like it's starting to look more and more likely like it's going to be a very tough loss. Although that was a great pass. We're just going to go into hurry up, I think, because the sooner we can score, hopefully score, and then get them the ball back so that our defense can try to do something, the better. Timeout. Oh my gosh. That was terrible. Just frustrating. But there's not really any point. You know, it's kicking a field goal. At least it doesn't feel like that. We get in. Oh, man. Okay. Sweating a little bit there. So we're 4 points behind, so I think we might as well go for 2. Nope. All that means, though, is we have to stop them. So the defense knows exactly what they have to do. Can't let them score. It just sucks because every time it seems like no matter what I do, they always just get up to the second and third level of the defense. Just like too easy. Too easy. You know, it's never fun to lose these games, but, you know, got to learn and grow from them. And we're still the fact that we're, you know, only down by 11 points right now with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, you know, that's pretty impressive. I mean, just because this is not a team that, you know, should be anywhere near the Oregon Ducks in terms of, you know, at the end of this game, you would think that the spread would be a lot bigger. So it's never fun. You know, it always sucks too, like when you're relatively close to winning these games, or like when you're, see, if it was a total blowout, like last year when we played Alabama, it was a total blowout. But when you play these games where you feel like you might have a shot at winning, but you just, you know, can't quite do what you need to do to pull it off, it's, you know, it's frustrating. But I think at this point, you know, you just make what you can of it. It's 2nd and 6 here. You know, and I think someday, oh, that was a great catch. And there's great stuff like that. Like we've got good pieces to start trying to build around after last season, after recruiting, after changing some positions around. We've got some really good pieces. And I think the biggest thing is just developing a defense that can stick with a high-powered offense. I don't think the offense was the problem in this game. Obviously, we had 3 turnovers in this game, which you can't have, but at the same time, you also have to be able to. And we did get 1 turnover, but we have to be able to get. So we have to be able to. We have to be able to get more stops, like just 3 and outs. I mean, we didn't have any of those. And we did get that. Holy cow, that was a great catch. So we're, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's just, can you stop them on defense? And if the answer is no, then unless it works out for you, kind of like it did in that Wisconsin game, that worked out for us pretty well, in terms of who had the ball last and the scoring and how the scoring went down. But with this game, it's just we've been, we started out ahead, but we pretty quickly fell about 1 step behind. We just really haven't been able to keep up. So these guys are definitely going to be running the ball. So I don't know what I was doing there, putting us in a cut. Or at least I thought we were going to be running the ball. You would think they'd be running the ball with 2 minutes to go. Maybe they're worried that we'll come back and score on him. But it's stuff like that where we just can't keep up. Our defensive guys are just not twitchy enough. What if we do something silly? What if we go into like a goal line set? Would that help us? I don't know. They still get the first down. Oh, gosh. Yep, so it looks like it's the end of the game. Looks like the end of the game. Pretty much. They'll probably just run the ball again. Oh, don't let him score again. Okay. So this game is going to really have come down to just a couple of plays that didn't go our way, a couple of things that didn't go our way, versus a team that is, on paper, way better than our team. So it's just one of those things. And so it wasn't a bad loss by any means. I was not expecting to win all of these early season high-ranking games. I think that would have been a reach. All right, so let's look at some stats. I'm just going to look at some stat lines here just to see how we were doing. I know we did not have a big day passing the ball. 273 yards, could have been a lot worse. He had a couple big passes there at the end of the game that kind of padded that. 2 interceptions. One of those was a very kind of odd interception, but the other one was a bad throw. He sacked twice, so I guess good on our offensive line. Tommy Washington, and McFadden. I mean, we added up to over 200 yards of 225 yards of running on the ground today between those two, which was great. He had that breakout run for 68 yards. So yeah. So on the ground, we actually had a pretty good game. Receiving, Hudson again was kind of the star of the show. Chris Ricks down here, he had 2 drop passes. He had 4 targets and 2 of them he dropped. So not great. I mean, well, actually, I'm not sure how many times we threw at him, but yeah. But not a lot of success through the air. Tommy Washington allowed a sack today, so that's not great. But all right, defense. Rodney Scott again. A couple of younger guys actually who had a bunch of younger guys today. A bunch of sophomores who had a bunch of guys in the secondary and our middle linebacker Justin Harvey. Okay. So we had some pretty good. We had some pretty good stat lines. It's just it was a tough game against a tough team that was supposed to beat us, and so definitely gave them a run for their money. So our guys shouldn't feel ashamed of that at all. So thank you guys so much for watching the game today. Make sure to go to the YouTube channel. My handle is Captain Justice. Make sure you go and check that out, as well as my Twitch stream. If you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube, you can follow or like and subscribe. So thank you guys so much for watching the stream today, and we'll be back with more pretty soon.